Conservative Party believes it is wrong and deeply unjust that survivors of grooming gangs are still waiting for a full national inquiry into the abuse they suffered. The Labour government has had opportunities to deliver that inquiry, but they have refused to act. That is a failure of leadership by Keir Starmer. Some police forces and local councils are still refusing to hand over vital evidence about rapes of young girls by organised grooming gangs and the cover-ups that followed. Only a full national inquiry will have the powers needed to force the production of this vital evidence, which they are still trying to hide. Over years, thousands and possibly tens of thousands of vulnerable young girls were systematically raped by organised gangs of men, predominantly of Pakistani heritage, in places like Rotherham, Rochdale, Telford and Bradford. Instead of being protected, these young girls were failed at every level. Police forces and local councils often ignored their reports or even actively covered them up. Under the last Conservative government, we took action. We set up the Grooming Gangs Task Force, which in the first year alone led to 550 arrests and over 4,000 victims being supported. We also made sure the police started collecting data on ethnicity so evil perpetrators could no longer hide behind a wall of misplaced political correctness. Labour has blocked our calls for a national inquiry, instead claiming 5 local inquiries might take place, but that goes nowhere near far enough. I recently spoke to former DCI John Pecos, who shared his thoughts with me.
I find their refusal to investigate it very sinister, and I don't have confidence that any investigation that they were involved in leading would get to the truth.
Bradford, this is.
Bradford, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have any confidence that an inquiry led locally would ever get to the truth in Bradford.
And do you think we need a national statutory inquiry to understand, to particularly get to the bottom of this cover-up that you've experienced not once but twice?
Unfortunately, it's not just Bradford and Oldham where this is occurring, it's nationally, and we don't know the full truth about what's currently going on. It's about time that we found out.
Even senior Labour figures like Andy Burnham, Harriet Harman and Dan Carden have broken ranks and called for a proper national inquiry. But Keir Starmer has ignored them. That's why I'm going to table an amendment to the Crime and Policing Bill going through Parliament to try and force Labour to do the right thing. This needs to be a national inquiry, so no one can ignore this anymore. The Conservatives won't rest until the full truth is known, until there is justice for the victims of these rapes, and until those who covered these appalling crimes up are held to account.